Look, you took a picture of me and you for once. What's up, Twitch?
It's not Twitch.
I know it's not.
I mean, YouTube or TikTok.
Or what's up, social platforms? Is that better?
There you go.
Fry me, baby.
Fry you?
Alright, guys, so you are going to head on this wonderful birthday week journey, because it's going to be my birthday. And we are going to Montana to go see Chris's family and his son. Woo-hoo. And then we're going to Washington to go see my mama and my brother and my other brother. I'm pretty sure he still lives in Washington too. I can't remember. Anyways, but we figured the last video we did, which he's still got to finish editing and put up.
It's kind of hard to hear us, but I digress.
Well, it's because the car we were in is our work vehicle, and we have the bitch in the box in that vehicle.
True.
This one, you guys won't have to worry about hearing speeding. Beep. Speeding. This one, you're just gonna hear a little music in the background. And us babbling and me giving him all kinds of grief and hell.
Well, of course.
Anyways, I told him that we are going to keep doing this. We're going to bring you guys on our journeys of road trips when we get to do them together when we're both in one vehicle. Because we quite haven't figured out yet how to do it to where I'm in one vehicle, he's in another. Oh, pretty bump.
Constantly.
Yeah. I am wired on energy drink right now, and I've only had like a quarter of my energy drink.
I'm just too wired because, well, we're going to Montana.
I know. 5 days, guys. 5 days of absolute pure fun.
Relaxation and not having to answer our fucking phones.
Right? Oh,
For work, at least.
right, exactly. Oh, it's going to be amazing, guys. We're going to go to the ocean. I'm going to show you guys the ocean. For some that, you know.
Never have gone.
Right. We'll show you what it looks like. I mean, it's nothing really spectacular. I don't know. I've never been to the ocean in Washington, though.
Oh, I haven't. Remember the place where I got my fucking sweatpants that you stole?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'm going to take you.
You know what you need to do? We had talked about this last time we went to Seattle, that you were going to pre-reserve a time so we could go up into the Space Needle.
Yes, but we're going to have to do that. And we're going to have to pay for the tickets. Because our booklets are expired.
Oh, that's right, our booklet is. Well, I mean, we can always look into that when we get...
I think it costs like $120 per.
No, it wasn't that much.
I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll have to find out.
Friday.
Montana.
So anyways, the vehicle we're in, and yes, you guys can make fun of me for it. Ow. That one had a sharp end. That's what she said.
Maybe something with a sharp end.
Anyways. Oh, my car. So, right now, we're in my personal vehicle. I love my little car. She's my very first car. I'm still leasing her. But
Almost paid off.
she's almost paid off, which I'm totally stoked about. But she's a little 2014 Chevy Spark. She's my youngest daughter gave her the nickname of Mushroom. So if you ever hear me bitching about my mushroom, it's because of the car, you know. But in the comments, you got questions, make sure you ask them. After we post up this shit, we'll answer anything.
Anything and everything.
And for the people who do know us, I can only imagine what the comments are going to say. This motherfucker can't decide what the hell he wants to do.
Right. I can tell you what one of them's going to say.
What?
Chris is a bitch. Now, of course, I'm going to have to bleep that.
No. We got mature content.
Ah.
People get what they get with us.
But now I can't use that on TikTok.
Yes, you can. Yeah. Do you know how many TikToks I watch with people cussing it all fucking time?
Right. But they have really, really leaving cracking down on that recently.
Okay, well, okay, here, I know how you can make this work, honestly. So, like, I've seen people who are cussing in their videos, but with the captions and, like, stuff like that, they, you know, do the normal stuff, like, you know, the first letter and then...
Star,
yeah.
Last letter.
Right, or no last letter. But, anyways. Did you find another cheese curd?
No.
He's obsessed with cheese curds, guys.
I blame you.
You blame what? Me? I didn't. What the hell? Why is it my fault that you're obsessed with cheese curds?
You can tell me you're gonna make me cheese curds.
Yeah, well, I gotta have food to do that.
Alright, I'll give you that.
Oh. If nobody can tell, we're very excited. 5 days. No
Away from fucking work.
Away.
That's the main thing I'm excited about. Away from fucking work.
5 days.
After today's bullshit.
Fuck, I know, I still felt horrible about that. Literally, you know, she really could have worked me. She could have worked me from 7 o'clock to noon.
Yeah.
I still could have worked.
I
I don't understand why that... I digress. Anyways. Motherfucker, get out of my way. I am a speed bitch. Thank you.
It's called there's two lanes. One lane for speeding, the other lane for you to get your ass out of our way.
Exactly.
So I'm sorry, I don't want to deal with your bitch ass the entire way to fucking where we're going, motherfucker.
And frankly, you don't want to hear me bitching.
No, because if she starts bitching, I'm gonna start bitching.
Yeah. French fry me. He's got to feed me because I'm driving.
I'll feed you something.
Really?
Just saying, I'll feed you something.
Hey, did you grab your meds?
Yes. I also grabbed my cologne.
Oh, cool. Which I gotta buy another bottle of that.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys get to see our favorite coffee joint in Montana. Oh.
Give me some anti-murder juicy juice. The good kind of anti-murder juicy juice.
The good kind that fucking puts a pip in your step and makes you sit on the toilet.
And regret it the next day. Because then you feel so exhausted when you go to bed.
But you know, I have noticed this. So every time we have coffee from that coffee shop, okay, I have a perfect energy level the whole day. And when we are done for the day, I sleep good.
You go from awake 1 second to out the next. Hey, fuck you, bitch!
We're finally getting past the slow motherfucker. What's up, bitches?
What's up?
So anyways.
Hey, did you know she had a crack along the bottom of her window?
Uh-huh. It got worse. So, it used to be just a tiny little thing. And honestly, it was so small that I could have just gotten it filled at, like, Grace Wiki or whatever.
Right. Now you gotta replace it.
Right. When I got it back from the repo guys.
It got worse.
Uh-huh. It was like that. You don't remember me saying something about it?
I do not know.
Oh, yeah. Of course, I mean, my bitching about all that was in the middle of bitching about everything else.
I'm bitching about how they jacked every single thing that you
They're
did in this car.
motherfuckers who repossessed my car, okay? I don't, you know, I've always known that if a car gets repossessed, a lot of the times, the people who repossess the vehicles, they'll call and be like, hey, we have your belongings that were in your vehicle. You have X amount of days to come pick them up. I didn't get any of that. I didn't get told who took my car, nothing, okay? So when I do finally get my car back, the motherfuckers, I'm pretty sure in the video you might be able to see it, but I have a chain dangling from my rearview mirror thingy, okay? On that chain, it had charms and necklaces and supernatural pendants that my children...
No, it's barely a little bit.
well, either way. Things that my kids bought me.
On it.
On it. Stuff that cannot be replaced. Pictures that I had in here of my babies and my dogs. place. Tools. I had so much tools in this fucking vehicle. Oh my god.
I think we have
Jack stands.
a couple ramps.
Yep, the ramps.
The
Yep.
ramps that we spent $300 on.
Motherfuckers. You know that they didn't call us because they were like, ooh, fuck. Look at all this good shit. I'm pretty sure some of them were like, oh man, I love Supernatural too. Look. No. Yeah, motherfuckers. I was so pissed. My charm bracelet, my Supernatural charm bracelet, and my Dean necklace.
It says that's closed. Man, it looks open.
Right?
What the fuck?
I don't know.
Oh.
Did you see the new Netflix special that's coming on that starts up this year? I can't remember exactly what day, when, but it's starting this year.
Explain.
I'm so shocked that you have not seen it.
I usually check Netflix notifications like that.
Zelda. They are doing a Zelda series, Zelda Netflix series. Yeah, and it starts this year. I don't remember exactly what day, but yeah, I saw that yesterday, and I was like, oh, I gotta tell the baby about that.
It might be interesting, I won't lie. I'll watch one episode. If it is not an interesting episode, I will never watch it again.
Yeah, well, everything that I have read and heard and stuff like that, everybody is saying, like, they better not fuck this up, because if they fuck it up, I mean...
They're gonna get one episode in, and then it will never get watched again.
Right, well, they're gonna have so much fucking hatred and bullshit thrown their way if they fuck it up.
Oh, yeah.
Which, I mean, to be honest, I mean, I played, like, you know, the old school, you know, Zelda on the Nintendo and things like that, but I didn't know that there's actually a storyline to that. I had no idea.
Yeah, if
So I
if
don't
you
know
look up
anything.
the Zelda storyline, it'll tell you what games to play and what order.
Right, but what I mean by that is, like, storyline. Like, what's the story behind it, you know? Like, do you get where I'm going with it?
Behind Link and how he became
Right.
Link and how Zelda became Zelda and so on and so forth.
Right, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I had no idea, like,
Yeah,
there was an actual storyline.
if you play the games in a certain order, then you will actually find the storyline as you play.
Oh, so it, like, explains it.
Yeah. Like you'll see from start to end.
Like, I know that I want to get my Switch back so I can play Breath of the Wild.
I don't blame you. I want to switch to.
I would put your other Mountain Dew in that one.
Oh, I was going to. I was going to put the Mountain Dew next to Rockstar.
I don't. Could you pour the rest of this in my cup? But
It's going to take some precision skill.
well, hopefully we can get this video up, you know, by tomorrow at least. That way, if y'all have questions, we can answer them in the next video.
Unless you want me to not edit, just do it completely over.
Well, okay, like, we'll go through it. If it sounds good and everything like that, just post it.
Right.
And, you know, I mean, raw footage is always the best footage.
Right, because, you know, it catches all of our mistakes and errors. And, you know,
And
it's
our-
the bloopers mixed into the actual thing.
Right. It makes it amazing.
It makes it unique.
It does.
Not many people do that anymore. I'll be honest. Most people do the bloopers in almost every video.
I know, I would just rather have it like,
They are still out there hauling potatoes.
oh yeah. I think they're behind schedule too.
Well, I'm pretty sure they are too.
French fry me, baby, or a bite of my burger, please. What happened?
I popped my knee.
How the hell do you pop your knee while you're sitting?
Okay.
Please explain this to me.
Do you want the scientific way or do you want my way I do it?
Okay, how much do I hate your scientific bullshit?
Extremely.
Okay, so
I'll go the actual way I do it.
okay.
So if I set my knee in a certain position before I stretch it out,
Right.
I usually have a tendency to pop it. It's not intentional. And it always fucking hurts.
Have you ever, this is going to be a really funny random question. I'm pretty sure that the comments section after this I ask quite entertaining.
Probably.
Have you ever sat there and like, you know, when you're sitting up for so long, and then like if you're sitting on the bed, or if you're sitting in a seat and you get up, and you know how like sometimes you'll go to stretch your back and you'll clench your butt cheeks a little bit when you do it.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one that does that. Have you ever, when you clenched your ass cheeks, popped your own back?
Yes.
Isn't that the most amazing feeling thing ever?
I won't lie, the first time I did it, it was by accident.
Really?
Completely and utterly accident.
Yeah, same here. And I was like, that was so weird, but it felt so good.
Oh yeah? I have a funny story to tell you about a back popping.
Oh.
You guys might find this funny too.
Well, let's story time.
Story time in the middle of a conversation. Anyways, so to give you some background on this story, I used to go to high school in 2 different states. Okay? I want you to keep track of this.
Okay, gotcha.
So, we went to high school in 2 different states.
Right.
So, the first high school...
what? Montana and Idaho?
Yeah.
Okay.
I used to go to Florida Carleton High School and then Century School.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Gotcha.
Dropped out when I went to Florida Carleton.
Okay, gotcha.
My junior year,
Okay.
I think. Yeah, junior year. Anyways. I'm getting off track here.
Anyways.
So, the first time anyone was ever like...
Can I have my french fries while you're telling your story?
Yeah. First time anybody was ever like, hey, have you ever popped your back before?
This is not a large. You have got to be shitting me.
That's large.
People, how is this a large in Arctic Circle 2? This is bullshit. Anyways, my apologies. Didn't mean to interrupt. Continue.
You're good. Anyways, again, empty bag. There's a trash bag back there for you now.
Okay.
So we have a secondary one right here. Anyways, continuing on with my story. First time anybody ever asked me about me popping my back, it was at Florence, okay? It was my middle school year. Middle school, shortly into high school.
Okay.
Because Florence Carleton is literally all 3 schools mixed into one.
Yeah, I remember you showing me.
Right. But they were like, yeah, let me show you a great way to pop your back. So what they did is they grabbed one side of their seat, grabbed the other side, and fully had twisted and popped their back.
Yeah. Or if you lean back in the chair, then you have your hands at the
Edge of the desk and push yourself into it.
Yeah.
Right. No. I was like, no, let me get creative on you. I won't even use my hands. They're like, what do you mean? Placed my feet underneath the legs of the chair, wrapped my legs around it,
Yep.
and straight just turned as fast as I could, and it was...
Did you get your whole back?
Oh, I got every single part.
Oh my god. That's amazing.
They looked at me like I was an insane person.
Because it's pretty much like it's like the whole contorting thing, like...
It's like I instantly was trying to snap my neck loose.
Right, yeah.
Anyways, continuing on with the story. The next time somebody asked me if I ever popped my back before, I was like, yeah, you want to see something really interesting then how you can do it? They're like, what? I straight up backed up to a wall. As soon as I backed up to the wall, all they heard was all the way up. I've been asked 7 different times if I've ever popped my back before. Every different time I use a different method. There was one time I actually literally, and it was completely by accident, I won't lie. I was like, yeah, I saw this on, I was reading this online about a different way to pop your back. They're like, what? I was like, alright, come here. They're like, what? I grabbed them with one hand, bent them over my knee, and just bent them backwards.
I've actually heard of people, like, doing that for other people, and I've heard that, like, that's one of the best ways and one of the best feelings, because it legitly, like, it gets the whole
every
back.
single spot.
Yeah.
And I'm not even joking you, it was in a quick second. I grabbed them, bent them over, hit my knee into their spine, and popped it all.
Oh, yeah.
And they stood up there like, dizzier than a motherfucker.
Well, yeah, because it sends that, you get that instantaneous Because, I mean, you gotta think.
All of a sudden, now you're just being bent in half.
Right, and that blood flow can finally fucking flow through all the way properly, if that makes sense. Do you get where I'm going with that?
Right.
Okay. So, yeah. I haven't had my full back popped in one sitting.
There's a reason I don't want to do it to you, and the only reason why I don't want to do it to you is because I straight up, not even joking, like I said, a split second, I brought my knee to their back and hit it as hard as I fucking could.
Well, you can't with me, with my back fucking as screwed up as it is.
I can't do that.
Right, well, you do it to me, you probably would end up breaking my back because, well, apparently my bones are fragile.
Right. Which is one of the major reasons I don't do it to you.
Right. And I've noticed that's why I don't ask you to pop my back no more, because I can definitely feel how tense you get when I ask you to pop my back. Because you tense up, and I can feel it when you're trying, and I'm like, I'm not going to get my back popped. Never mind.
Right, and I'm not doing it because, I don't want to pop your back. I'm doing it because I'm trying to not break your back.
Right. No, it makes sense. It does. The physical therapist, when I was seeing them today, when he was doing the massage,
I won't lie, that's actually good.
the Monster and Rockstar. Oh yeah, it's amazing.
You mean the Mountain Dew Rockstar?
Yes, that one.
I was like, that's not Monster, honey. If that was Monster, this would be a whole different conversation. This would be a woo!
Oh, Jesus. No, the physical therapist. So there was a trainee, the tech, and then the guy who did the massage. And the tech was like, it's nerves. He goes, your muscles are so tense and they're tightening around your nerves. And when the massage therapist was trying to work on it, he said my entire spine is lined with knots.
Right.
Which we figured, but he said it's actually it's bad. He says it's going to take a lot of
physical therapy to fix it.
To get him out.
Yeah. You know what was funny? I had that on the opposing side from the buttons. The last time I had it on the buttons, and it's still sitting there just perfectly fine. But anyways, back to our story times.
Yeah. But no, I go through physical therapy, guys. So some of you, well, one of you, a couple, I don't know, might know. I had a very, very bad work-related injury several years ago. Yeah, several years ago. I was a security officer at the hospital in Pocatello and was trying to help restrain a patient so we could get blood and urine. And well, the floors in that hospital, they are
slicker than shit.
No, it's not even that they're slicker than shit. It's the fact that the fluorescent lights in the hospital, if there's a clear liquid on the linoleum, you can't see it. Even if it's urine, you cannot tell. You can't see it at all. And so while I was trying to help restrain this patient, one of my legs slipped on it because I didn't see it, and I did it from the waist, the waist down. I did a 180 with my back, and I heard a snap. Long story short, I have two discs bulging that push against my spinal cord, and the last disc in my back shattered into thousands of pieces. Now I have a cage that keeps my vertebrae straight from rubbing against each other. But anyways, I have to see physical therapy again because I fell this year and I hurt my back again. So yeah, that's that. So that's why I go to physical therapy. Mr. Semi, stay in your fucking lane, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's your lane. This is our lane. Thank you. By the way, one of your lights is flashing, so it's about to go out.
Is that what that means?
Yeah, so where his right one is flashing.
His left one seems like it's flashing too, though.
Now, just his right one's
okay, I
flipped right
see.
now.
Yeah.
His right light's gonna go out here soon.
Anybody have any issues with flashing? Just be warned, I can't.
Well, it doesn't pop up too bad.
Okay, good.
Just because, well, right now the main area it's focused on is this whole right side.
But any Hooters.
Any Hooters. Different story time now for you guys. You actually know this story. So, when I was younger, I used to be an escape artist. An amazing escape artist. Now, most parents, nowadays, make sure they have a child gate on their doors, on their, sections they don't want people to go through, right? Well, back in 1990, no, it was 2002, I was 3 years old. Master escape artist. Don't know how I became one, don't know when it started.
You do realize, you just saying that, people are going to be like, cougars.
Nobody knows what year you're born.
And we'll keep it at that.
Right.
Anyway,
You were born the same year as me.
I actually couldn't pass that. Anyways, you were young, escape artist. Okay, continue.
Year was 2002. I was 3 years old.
Okay.
I miraculously managed to slip past my aunt when she opened the door.
Oh Lord.
And when I slipped past her, she wasn't expecting me to go out the door. So I had managed to crawl my happy ass all the way to the highway. Well,
Crawl.
crawl/walk.
Oh, okay.
A crawl.
Baby moving.
Right. Toddler moving.
Okay, toddler moving.
At the time.
And how far was it from where you were living?
It's the main road we go down.
Nana and Papa's?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Okay. People are crazy on that road.
Right. Now imagine I'm 3 years old and I crossed this road
Oh my god.
completely from one end to the other. At 3 years old.
And nobody stopped.
No.
Oh my god.
Somebody stopped to pick me up. Because of the factor that, well, I'm a 3-year-old.
FYI. I don't know what exit to pick because it's dark.
I'll let you know.
Excuse me.
Because at the same time I'm talking and also
Right.
paying attention.
Okay,
You just wanted to make sure at least somebody was paying attention.
Uh-huh.
Right. Anyways, continuing on with story time.
You cross the street.
So I crossed the street, completely fine. Down on the other side of the road.
Right.
Somebody saw me that knew my grandparents, my mother, my aunt, and so on and so forth,
Right.
and decided to take me home.
Okay.
Mary had been hunting for me for, I think, like 45 minutes. And couldn't find me. So, now imagine, a 3-year-old has managed to escape my aunt.
Oh my gosh.
What's her first fear?
It could be anything with Aunt Mary at this point.
Right. So, they pick me up, take me home. They're like, yeah, I found him on the side of the road. My aunt looks at her and is like, oh my god, thank you. Just in utter tears.
Why not?
My mother was worried as fuck because I couldn't be found. And my grandparents are like, thank you so very much.
I bet you got your ass whooped.
I'm pretty sure I did. I don't remember it though. But, you know,
That's funny shit.
yeah. Just figured I had to tell skateboardist?
I was master escape artist. I was a little daredevil. I mean, the whole 9 yards.
Well, I'm still a daredevil.
Right.
I can't say I was a little daredevil. I'm still a daredevil.
Right, so am I, but like, I mean, you know, when you're younger,
There's just a difference.
there's no fear.
You don't know what fear is when you're younger.
Exactly. So
You're just like, hey, I wonder if I can do this.
Exactly. So, I don't know if I've told you this story. So, I was early teenage years, okay? And I was actually in my first foster home.
Alright.
So, I had passed school, but my foster mother was like, she didn't want anything to do with me. She didn't want me home during the summertime.
Right.
So she made me go to summer school. What's going on?
Your phone decided it wanted to talk.
Oh. So, it was like the last day of summer school. And I decided to be an ornery little brat, and I wanted to ride my rollerblades down to my bus stop. Well, I thought I was a pro at rollerblading. Oh, I could do anything, you know. So, I got my rollerblades on, I'm sitting there, and at the top of the hill, and my bus stop's at the bottom of the hill, and I'm like, alright, doesn't look that bad, I can go down it, no worries. I get about a quarter of the way down, and I can't stop. And I'm starting to panic. I'm like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. So, you know, normally when you'll just, a lot of kids, they'll go straight to the grass if they feel like they can't stop, because the grass helps you slow down and stop. Yeah, no, that didn't happen. My rollerblades hit some rocks, and I decided to kiss and make out with a complete brick mailbox. So the scar on my chin that I have
Is from that?
is from that.
Ah.
I split from the bottom of my
See,
lip.
I was waiting for you to tell me about that scar.
I split from the bottom of my lip all the way down to here. I had...
Man, that kind of reminds me of the Adam Project right here. You know what we didn't do before we left?
What?
Sure.
Yeah, but you don't look that bad. So, story's not over though. It gets better. Well, I hit it so hard it knocked me out, of course. So I wake up and I can barely move my jaw. And I'm like confused. And so I went like this because it hurt. And I went like, I put my hand down and blood. My hand was just saturated.
Right.
So I'm like, shit. I'm like, alright, well, I might as well go to this house where I decided to make out with their brick mailbox. I need to, you know, call my foster mom, and I can't obviously go to school now. So I'm holding my chin. I hobble over to the door, knock on the door. This lady comes to the door. I'm doing this, and I'm like, can I borrow your phone? And mind you, while I'm doing this, I'm still gushing blood through my fingers. I mean, that's how bad it was. And she goes, why? And I'm like,
Are you stupid?
at first I was confused. I'm like, am I seeing shit? And so I'm like, to kind of like reassure her and myself, I take my hand down, and it's just all over the place. And she goes, oh. And yes, she was a blonde.
That explains way too much now.
Oh, to make it better, she goes, come in, come in. I'm like, okay, put my hand back on my chin, I'm holding my chin. And she goes, I walk in, and all I see is everything is white. White couch, white carpet, white everything.
Oh, it's gonna seem like a murder scene.
She goes, go ahead, come in, honey, come in, sit down. I'm like, I'd rather not. Oh, she she goes, oh yeah, huh, because of the blood. And I'm like, oh my God. Total blood. I'm like, okay, either you have bleached your head way too many times, woman, or that blonde is, you're really putting that name out for blondes right now. So I called up my foster mom and everything, and I went home, and yeah, it was the irony of sitting there holding my chin while I've got blood coming out of my fingers, and her going, why did you use my phone? And I'm bleeding, and I'm like,
Was it a white phone?
yeah.
That was a bitch to clean.
I literally, I stayed on the, because like how at our house, we have that little patch of linoleum right there at the door.
Yeah.
I literally stayed right there because I was like, if I walk any further, they're gonna think she murdered somebody.
And she's gonna go along with it.
And she would be so confused going, why are you guys arresting me? What blood? Yeah, it
It would just be too perfect.
It really would have been, honestly.
Way too perfect.
Yeah, so that's the whole story behind the scar on my chin. And of course, I didn't get stitches or anything like that, so that's why it looks as gnarly as it does, but it was just the funniest damn thing ever.
I bet.
I always love telling that story because, the accident sucked, but I love telling it just because of the fact of how that woman reacted.
I just can't believe she reacted like that.
Yeah. Why? I just,
How blonde are you, woman?
yeah.
Fuck, I wanted to ask that question.
When she asked me that, I was so confused myself because I'm like, did I drink the blood? Like, I could.
Am I seeing things? Am I hallucinating?
Right. Because I hit that mailbox hard.
Right, you're probably going a good 15, 20 miles per hour.
I don't know. I was going fast, and yeah, no, it was just, yeah. You can't make that shit up. You really can't.
No.
Yeah. So much fun. But yeah. I feel like we should have turned by now.
No. We just passed the Roberts and Rigby
Yeah.
exit.
It should actually be the next one then, right?
It should be. It should be the one with all the lights. All the beautiful lights in front of us.
That beautiful lights means we're so close. Not really.
No.
We still got like 4 hours.
Yeah. I won't lie, I might.
Don't you say pass out.
Now, the only reason I'm saying I might is because I got shit for sleep last night.
Same here.
How many hours did you get?
I don't know. I know I tossed and turned quite a bit last night.
Yeah, I didn't go to bed till almost 1:30 this morning.
Why?
I just couldn't sleep. My brain wouldn't shut itself down. Like, I'd sit there, I was laying there facing the couch, sounds going in the background like it usually do.
Right. That explains why you got up so much.
And it usually would pass out.
Right.
My brain was not going into the shutdown.
Well, I'm pretty sure you're going to sleep really good the next 5 days.
Probably fucking leave. Hey, that's a cut back there. I didn't even fucking realize that shit.
Seriously?
My brain's just sitting here. Oh, look at the pretty lights. Okay, let's not kill a bunny this time.
Really?
Just kidding.
Now everybody's going to be like, she killed a rabbit?
No.
No. I didn't do nothing.
A rabbit killed itself and committed suicide.
It unalived itself.
It committed suicide.
You're not supposed to say the S word no more. You're supposed to say unalive.
Okay, my bad. Yeah, no, it should be the 6 right here.
I keep wanting to hit my things right here because I'm used to the company car.
blame you. I don't really want my fucking cruise control to work in the van, though.
I can't believe that with how many times you've given that car to
Larry and told him the cruise control still doesn't work.
I'm pretty sure after that phone call today, Larry.
Oh, it wasn't even a phone call. It was a little text message.
It was a little text message. Oh my gosh.
I swear to God, if Larry doesn't get it fixed over the 5 days we're gone, I will question his sanity.
You know, but we can't be mad at him. It's not him. It's his mechanic.
But at the same time...
I know, but you gotta remember that. You gotta remember who his mechanic is.
I'll give you that factor. I'll give you that factor of his mechanic being a fucking retard.
Oh my God.
Sorry, mentally challenged. Because I can't say the R word anymore either.
Right.
Because that's
in lamest
an
terms.
insult.
In lamest terms, the mechanic is he thinks that. Now, I won't lie. Duct tape can fix a lot of damn things, okay? A lot.
This is true.
But there's only so much you can do.
This is very true.
Oh, sorry guys.